Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dennis for Multi-Level Photography. This is a creator's journey, and today I wanted to talk about the Sigma 60 to 600 millimeter lens that has been so far phenomenal to use. Now, maybe it's not perfect for everybody, but for me, I have been using it extensively, I will say, with photos and video. And I actually recently used it for a live stream that I did for a friend, but the focusing on it was on spot. It was perfect. And so a couple of things that I want to mention about it. Number one is the price. The price, this is runs about maybe $1,900 to $2,000. I got this for $2,000 plus tax, of course. And it's an EF mount. So Canon does not, I guess, has released or allowed Sigma or any other third-party manufacturer to provide RF lens like the Samyang 85 millimeter that I'm using right now. That's an RF lens and it's perfect. I love it. So I have to use an EF to RF adapter. Now that's not a big deal for me because if you guys have been following me, you know that I actually use the Tamron lens to take photos and make video. Now I have the trinity of it, which is the 15 to 30 Tamron. I don't use that as much. I think I probably use it just a few times, just because I'm not really looking into the wide angle of the pictures. But the 24 to 70 and the 70 to 200 have been my most favorite for so long until the Samyang 85 millimeter 1.4 came out. And that has been my favorite lens since I got it. So now I have this a Sigma 60 to 600 and I am very happy with it. Very nice range from 60 millimeters to 600 millimeters. And I always thought that, when you have this much range, the quality just cannot be that good. And well, I was wrong because I have taken these photos at 600 millimeters, and you will see the photos I will show you here as I'm speaking. It looks great, and I mean we're at a very far away distance, and so far I've been doing bird photography with this lens, and I have been enjoying it. I will make blogs about that in the future because there's a couple of things that I want to mention when I go outside. But I've used this with video and photo. Now, the second thing that you have to know about this lens is that it does have some custom settings, right? A lot of lenses do have custom settings put on them. And the reason why I want to talk about this, and I think is very important, is because the lens by itself, remember, it's an EF lens. So to be used with an RF adapter, maybe there's something in there that will not allow it to perform at 100%. But if you have an EF mount camera, mirrorless camera, hopefully, I didn't try it with a 5D Mark IV or 3. I don't have those cameras. But you can try it with those cameras and you probably get a better result than I did if with the RF. But nonetheless, even though it might not be perfect for whoever's watching, whoever uses it, to me is perfect. And what I did is I used the custom settings. Now, one of the custom settings I used um, to kind of focus slower, right? And I know I wanted to be focusing fast, but when I mean autofocus slower, it's that I want the camera, when it finds the subject, to try to find the eye in the subject. And so for that, I had to change settings and I put that on my C1 custom. And on my C2 custom, because the lens is slower, it's a slow lens, uh, I don't want it to keep trying to focus from 60 millimeters to 600 millimeters. I wanted to just focus at 600 millimeters. And so what I did is I used the Sigma duck that actually you have to buy to adjust the lens and do the custom settings on it. And I set it so that it only tries to focus at 600 millimeters. I do leave this at full on the buttons here. And autofocus, I put the image stabilizer on, and of course on my C2. Now, I recommend that you do it C2 that way so that whenever you're doing bird photography, whether you're close or far away, it's always focusing at 600 millimeters. And most likely bird photographers or even sport photographers will probably be shooting at 600 millimeters. But remember also that you do have other focal lengths on this lens, so you can use the C1 custom to add, maybe if you wanted like 100 to 400 millimeter lens, you can customize it to 200 to 600, 300 to 500, 100, 600 to 60 to 100. I mean, whatever you want, right? You can customize this lens to whatever photography you're using. And so you have the off option, which will be the lens as is, right? Manufacturer, according to whatever settings your camera is set to. That's how it's going to respond. But then you have C1, C2, and you definitely want to take advantage of those so that if you're shooting photography for sports, for example, right, you're always going to be at a long distance and you want those close shots of the athletes. Leave it to focus at 600, custom 2, boom. If they get too close and now you all of a sudden you don't have the range, boom, C1, zoom out, right? I mean, that's how you want to use this lens. And I love doing this. I love being able to pull it out, bring it back in, right? You hear that? It does make some noise, but here's the thing, like if you're doing video, you're not going to have a microphone here on the camera, especially with this kind of lens, right? You're going to have a lavalier microphone, or maybe a wireless booster microphone somewhere over there, far away where the action is, and so you don't have to worry about the noise in here. I didn't notice any noise focusing in video. So, you know, I think that once you extend it, right, to here, you can actually lock it back so it doesn't come back down if you move the lens. But I didn't notice any noise, as I was close to the camera while it was, trying to sharpen autofocus to the subject that I was aiming at. And that's probably because I have it set right to custom settings. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, I really loved using it for video. And so that is the catch and the benefit, right? There's the two things. The second thing that you're looking at is the custom settings on the lens. Now, the third thing that I want to mention with this is that you can actually, as long as you have the adapter from EF to whatever mount that your camera has. For example, I have the M50 camera. I cannot put it on here. But if I add the adapter, now it's an M mount. Now all the lens and adapters have a marker on them, so you can always tell how you're going to be able to put them on. Okay, and now the M50 has become a monster or a beast of a camera. I use this M50 to take this next couple of shots that I'm going to show you here. Now this first shot, what I'm trying to focus is on the flock of birds that are flying in front of the great blue heron. And then this second shot is actually the blue heron, obviously, great blue heron. And just look at that. It just looks beautiful, especially the flock of birds. I really like the lighting that I was getting that morning. And it's just, I don't know, there's something magical about it. Maybe it might be too busy for some people, but for me, I really, really like the way that this photo came out. And guys, if you see me looking this way, it's because I'm looking at the display on the monitor. I just want to make sure the camera's still recording. But anyway, this is the M50. I did video with it. I don't really like the video that comes out of the M50. Just something about it. Maybe I can play with it a little bit more another time. But when it came to the photo, you listen to this camera when it takes a shot. It it sounds cheap, but the fact is, it takes phenomenal, phenomenal pictures. I laugh at this little camera, the M50. My little niece has it, and I told her this is a great, awesome camera. You're lucky to have it. Take care of it. If you need to use this camera and you want to take better photos or a different range photos, always get the adapter from EF to M. And I said, and you can invest money on the lens, and this camera will be upgraded at the same time because of the lens that it has on it. And I really truly believe that, because I had used this with the 24 to 70. I used the 24 to 70 Tamron lens with the M50 for a wedding that I had to shoot in Samoa. And I put a flash on it, and I took all the photos with the 24 to 70, and the pictures just came out beautiful, phenomenal pictures. So the third thing is the versatility, right, that it provides for your camera. As any camera that you are able to put this on, is going to make your camera a lot better than what it was before the lens was added to it. So keep that in mind. Now, the next thing that I want to mention on this, and this will be the fourth thing that I want to mention, it's the plate, the leg that comes with the lens. You're able to put this with your tripod plate. It comes with an extra 1/4, I think it's 1/4 screw, so you can put your plates to it, and then use like a video head that I'm using right now for the camera, right? Or it has a half screw on there, or option to screw in, and then you can put a monopod in there. And then now you have this baby that you can walk around. You don't have to worry about the weight. And then when you're ready to set up, now whether you're sitting down, whether you're standing up, um, it doesn't matter. You extend the monopod to the height that you need it, and then you can comfortably extend this baby out and take some photos. You know what I mean? You can take photos. And it provides some form of stability that I think helps. Now, the photos that I took of the birds, the flock of birds, and the great heron that you saw on there before, I didn't have this. It was all handheld, but I did use this to capture the great blue heron. Now, I was using a leafed poncho, and I was told that it doesn't matter if you have camouflage or anything like that. To the birds, they don't care. They still know that it's you. Blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm going to tell you some stories that happened with me on my last blog for that. But today I'm talking about this lens, and I was wearing a poncho and with this monopod, and I saw the great blue heron came to very close to where I was, maybe about 150, 200 feet away from me. And as I got closer, I want to say I got as close to, man, I don't want to exaggerate, but maybe about 100 feet, right? That's about what, 30 meters? Um, and I was able to get in there with this monopod. And because of the stability that I was getting with it, I was able to um, I was able to lower my shutter speed. Now, the only reason why I lowered my shutter speed was because he was standing still. So I took a photo, but as he took off, obviously I had to go a little bit faster on the photo, on the shutter speed. But nonetheless, the fact that I had this monopod with me allowed me to follow him a little bit better with more stability than if I would have just holding it. Because when you hold this lens for a long time, man, your arm gets tired. I don't care if you have guns, right? Your arm does get tired. So I had this monopod and it came in handy, and I was just like snapping photos away. And I was able to capture these photos. So I think I've shown you quite a few versatilities, right, on this lens, going from custom settings, um, adapters, for the mount. You can use it with the EF mount, with the M mount. In this case, I can actually use it with the EF to RF, since there's an adapter for that. And I think that those are the things that make a difference with having this lens. And I'm glad that we're able to use them that way, because now it's become more versatile. And even though this hood is like huge, I like it because it protects the lens very good. But it's so easy to put on and put off and take off. This thing is so big, that it's just like really easy to just go ahead and put on, and you can move it to the side where it's like away from you, or you can put it up here and use it like a gun aimer. Just kidding. You can if you want, I guess. But it's so easy to just screw that on there, and it'll protect the lens for you. I really love that. The locking and unlocking, you need that. This lens is so heavy. Yeah. But if you extend it and you lock it, it'll stay there. It's not like a permanent, because if you put more pressure, it will come down. And then, of course, if you get tired, you can always just put it down and do your golf pose, and then you just stand on it. No problem. It'll work just as fine. But hey, guys, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about this lens. I will be doing more blogs. The last few blogs that I have made, the lighting was horrible. This is probably the best that I can get right here in the space that I have. This is in my room, so I only have like a little corner of my room. I have limited space, and so that's why I have to do whatever I can to make the videos look good in the space that I have. I am looking forward, honestly, to future blogs, especially when I go back to American Samoa. I am hoping that I'm going to have some beautiful natural backgrounds without having to be so inconvenienced about the space. I don't know about, maybe I will be able to do live. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see. I don't know how I can do that outdoors yet because of the power that I need, for the equipment or whatnot. But if I find a way to do it, that'd be very awesome. And I can't wait to share that with you guys. So just know that I have made like 3 or 4 blogs already that I wanted to put on. And they just either the sound came bad, I deleted one on accident. Things go wrong, right? That's still a creator's journey. So pretty soon I'm going to have a new title for my videos. I'm going to make a new series coming towards the end of July, beginning of August. Hopefully that's going to be a very interesting series. I am going to try to become a little bit better with video, especially because I am looking forward to working with live streaming and videos and things like that. So yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, or even concerns, you might be free to put them down in the comments below. And I always reply to the comments as soon as I see them. So feel free to go ahead and shoot me a chat in there. So till next time, guys, if you've been watching this far, thank you so much. You all be blessed. Peace.